Okay, good morning. So, first job, a bit of a starter to get the skills that we need for the rest of the lesson. So, how we go expanding these brackets, and then simplifying, and then check through my answers in a moment. So, pause the video and then check through. You can do them, with smiley faces or grids, however you like to do it. I'm going to do a couple of different ways. So, have a look at those when you're finished. Okay, pause and have a go. Right, here we go. So, the claw, big fan of the claw. X times 2x is 2x squared. You have to forgive my handwriting, I've lost my Apple Pencil. X times 3 is 3x. Minus 5 times 2x is minus 10x. And minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. So ordinarily I'd start a new line. As I haven't got space, I'm just going to write it next door. Simplifying by collecting the x terms together, so I've got 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. Okay, that's the first one. Let's see if my homemade stylus will work on the second one. So for this one, similar approach. The answer on that stylus is negative. So, cool. So I'm going to do the x times everything in the brackets in the other bracket, and then I'm going to do the 2 times everything in the other bracket. So I've got x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x, and now I'm going to do the 2 times everything in the other bracket, plus 2x squared plus 6x. You ate all your breakfast, good job.
With my spoon.
With your spoon, brilliant. And then I'll collect things together. Your poon, alright, great. Collect things together, x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x, we've got minus 4 and plus 6, and then minus 8. So that's the answer to that one. This next one I'm going to draw a grid, just for kicks. So, x squared minus 2x and plus 8 along the top, and x and 3 down the side. Could have done it the other way around, doesn't matter. And fill it in by multiplying everything together. X cubed minus 2x squared, 8x, 3x squared, minus 6x, and 24. And it's worth noticing that kind of the x squareds are there, the x's are there, they end up sort of lining up nicely on the diagonals. Anyway, let's get on with collecting them together and simplifying. So on the new line, oh hello, I think I've deselected my pen. Right, let's switch to that bad boy. Right, cool. So from the table, can I do this? I used to work in a different way. From the table, ignoring that little scribble, x cubed, 3x squared but minus 2x squared, so plus x squared, minus 6x and plus 8x, so plus 2x, and plus 24. Okay. With this one down the bottom, the sensible way to do it is to multiply a pair of brackets out and then multiply that by the result. So I'm going to leave the x minus 2 for now and do x plus 5 times x minus 1, so I get x squared. I get plus 5x and minus an x, so I get plus 4x, and you can do that in more steps if you like. And I get 5 times minus 1, so minus 5. And then I'm just going to multiply that out. So x times everything in the bracket, x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x, minus 2 times everything in the bracket, minus 2x squared, minus 8x, and plus 10. Cool. You might prefer to do each of the things in the right-hand bracket times by both of the things in the left, and it sort of puts things in a slightly nicer order for collecting up, but whatever you like, as long as you get all 6 terms, because there's 2 things here and 3 things in the next bracket. So you get 2 times 3, you get 6 things, and collect them up carefully, you're all good. X cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x squared is plus 2x squared, minus 13x plus 10. Coolio. Alright, hopefully you agree with all that. Next, a little bit of an extra starter to remind you of function notation that you will have seen at GCSE. we're going to start referring to some polynomials and other functions sometimes, but polynomials for now, with function notation, just for ease of reference. And this is also practicing plugging things in to polynomials. So have a go at this, please, working out the values of these polynomials when you plug in these particular values. If you're not sure what I mean, I'll do the first one, but you can pause it and crack on and then just skip through to the answers and check you agree. Okay? So f of minus 2 is literally going to be f, but written out with minus 2 instead of x. So minus 2 squared, it's important to have that bracket there, otherwise it's not worth 4, it's worth minus 4. Plus 3 lots of minus 2, minus 8. And I'll just simplify that to 4 minus 6 minus 8, which simplifies to minus 10. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. And the second one, I'm just going to write it underneath. 3 lots of 2 cubed minus 5 lots of 2 squared plus 2 lots of 2, 4, take away 8. So 3 lots of 2 cubed is 24, minus 20, plus 4, minus 8. And again, I would go on a new line, but as I've run out of space, that is 0. Interesting. Right, the next one, plugging in minus 3, and get minus 3 cubed plus 2 lots of minus 3 squared. These brackets are important because it affects the sign of what you get as an outcome. It's either right or wrong. It's right if you put the brackets in, and it's wrong without. So that's what you get. And that stuff, minus 3 cubed is minus 27, plus 2 9, so plus 18, plus 6, plus 11. And that works out to minus 9, minus 3, so 8, I believe. Alright, keep going. H of x. Right, here I'm plugging it into brackets, but it's still the same deal. 3 minus 2 in that bracket, and then 9 minus 9 plus 5 in the next bracket. So that is 1 times by 5. So the answer is 5. Okay, and for this last one, this is interesting. Watch what happens here. X is minus 4, so minus 4, I'm working out g of minus 4, by the way. Minus 4 plus 4 in that bracket. Well, hello, minus 4 plus 4 is 0, so that bracket's worth 0. It doesn't matter what's in the other bracket, because it's going to times by 0 and give me 0 as my answer, so the answer is 0. You can check if I plug in here if you like. You get 16 plus minus 8 minus 7, and that's worth 1, but the 0 in the left bracket times that 1 is a 0, so you get 0. Cool. So that's a reminder of how that all works. To start with, today, well, what we're going to try and do is learn to factorise cubic expressions using the factor theorem. So it's easy enough to factorise a quadratic. It's much harder to spot any factors of a cubic. So we're going to use factor theorem, which is this amazing and useful fact, to help us figure that out, and I'll show you what I mean. We're just going to build up to it first, though, by